Senator Roberts, we're in your hands to see how quickly you can get to those answers.
Thank you, Mr Burgess and your staff for being here. Given the general concern about, and this was referred to, I asked a question of Home Affairs and they said to come here, and also AFP. Given the general concern about the Chinese Communist Party global involvement in overseas affairs, why is there a Chinese contact point in Sydney? A contact point, I'm sure you know, is a Chinese Communist Party staffed office set up in a country outside China.
I'm not aware of a Chinese contact point in this country other than the official consulate and embassy presence.
The Australian Federal Police Deputy Commissioner of Investigations, Rhys Kershaw, addressed this matter in Senate estimates hearings in November 2022. He said he did not believe the Sydney contact point was active without going into further details. These questions I'm going to ask her to update the current situation. You're not aware of it, so what is the purpose of a CCP contact point?
I can't comment about the awareness of something or the purpose of something that I'm not aware of. What I will say, Senator, that my agency does consider and look for signs of foreign interference, and it's more the behaviour that actually we're focused on in terms of anyone in this country that might be here that's doing something which is against our national interest and represents a threat to security and is not publicly declared.
Would it be something you'd investigate if it wasn't a threat necessarily to the Australian security, but to the threat of security for Chinese citizens or former Chinese citizens?
It's anyone in this country gets our protection.
Good. But as I said, Rhys Kershaw addressed the matter and he said he did not believe it was active without going into further detail. So you can't tell me how long it's been in operation. You can't tell me a year later. Are there Chinese police officers working out of the premises?
I would stand by my judgment that there is not a Chinese contact point in this country.
Are there concerns of the security agencies about potential breaches of Australian national sovereignty?
Every day in my line of business.
Do you surveil any threats from the CCP in this country that could affect or could threaten Chinese residents or Taiwanese residents?
I do not talk about operational matters publicly.
Okay. I just want to come back and follow up, Chair, on a question from Senator Rennick. In World War II, we lost 34,000 troops, casualties, deaths, in addition to 70,000 plus casualties and a number of about 10,000 deaths in Japanese prisoner of war camps. We were told by the government that it was nonsense initially, the previous government, nonsense initially, that it came from Wuhan gain-of-function research. We now know that that's the case. In America, they set up, you're probably aware of this far more than I am, Department of Defence Countermeasures Consortium, Medical Countermeasures Consortium, Defence Countermeasures Consortium, involving Australia, Canada, the United States and Britain. It was a military operation, and we now know that gain-of-function research was the origin of COVID. Surely, with the number of deaths, we've now had around about 30 to 40,000 deaths, which rivals World War II. This was military operation, we know that, in terms of military departments in those 4 countries were involved. Surely it'd be something you'd research.
So you're saying something that we know. I don't agree with you on that. I don't know that, and I'm not taking any further action on the COVID matter.
It's killed almost as many people as troops died in World War II.
I recognise the impact COVID had on the globe. As for a matter of whether it's a threat to security and ASIO investigate it, I can tell you we're not investigating its origins.
Well, I want to be clear. COVID didn't cost those lives. The government's injections cost those lives. So that surely you'd be wanting to know where the gain-of-function research led to the spike protein that's also in the injections.
I think I stand by my comments. We're not investigating it.
Thank you, Chair.